people. Que pasa, sac passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. First thing that is popping in the news, it is called BUN. It is called paternity fraud. It is called a lot of picnic out there in Jamaica. They are jackets. 3 of every 10 women that is going to listen to this video have given some sorts of man, some sorts of bun, some sorts of jacket. 3 of every 10 persons listening to the video is actually a jacket. People, those are facts, documented, scientific survey. Now people, you know that it is pretty bad when the courts, the system has the mandate, make rules and law, make it mandatory that whenever you now have a child in a Jamaica, there has to be some sorts of DNA test to validate that you are indeed the father. Them now want to take upon Jerry Springer or Maury. Now people, we've heard this a couple of years ago, that yes, this is now the new rules and laws and regulation in a Jamaica. However, do you think that it has changed? Based on evidence, based on documentation out there, it seems as if it is even getting worse. So people, I am going to let you take a look to a lady that is actually a jacket, who actually met her father, who she did not know was her father, and the father that she thought was her father is not actually the father. So people, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
So when I was 11, my mother brought me to this really big house and said I was going to look for my aunt. When I got there, I saw this really light-skinned lady. Her hair was, blonde and, this really big, nice house. I grew up kind of poor. I grew up poor. So I was like, I don't know which auntie I have that lives in this nice house. I've never heard of her before. But I had just passed my common entrance, and I know that my mother and my father had just broken up. So I was past to go high school, and, she needed help with me. So she took me to see my aunt for some help. Went there, and I heard them talking about this different man, this name that I don't know, that he's my dad, and blah, 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 blah. So my aunt went inside the house, she was going for some money to help out and stuff. My mother turned to me and said that, so-and-so isn't your father. So-and-so is your father, and this is your real aunt. And I was like, of course, I broke down. I was in tears because it's like she took my dad from me. Anyhow, that happened. So she said to me, if I wanted to leave, we can leave and never talk about this. Of course, I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to know who my real family are. So, of course, I stayed. I spoke to my aunt. Later on in life, I got to know my real family. Anyways, guys, the reason why I'm talking about this story is because I saw a video on here of one of my TikTok buddies here who was talking about paternity fraud in Jamaica and saying, Jamaica has now made it mandatory for every time you have a baby for you to do a DNA test, and I welcome that 110,000%. Because let me tell you something that you don't know. You see, paternity fraud, it always, most of the time, come out. And that's why enough women lose them head and all sorts of things. But let me tell you something. It has a negative effect on the people involved, meaning the children. Guys, if the man at old cruff, make the child know say at old cruff there are your father, right? You are the one who laid down with him. The other, she talked about in her video about, taking them to court, make sure that the Jamaican government should make sure that these people are held liable for the children that they are saying no, that it's theirs. Yes, let them be liable. There's already, systems in place for you to take a man to court if he is the father of that child. But there is absolutely nothing in place right now to protect men from paternity fraud in Jamaica. And men have rights too when it comes to children. Children have the right to know where they're from, whether it's because them come from the scum of the earth or not. Jamaican government, big up yourself for this one. Too much jacket out there.
Now, people, this is a very harsh reality that a lot of women, a lot of mothers, they are not going to want to admit. They've lived this lie for a very long time. Some pitney grew up being a jacket and they have no sorts of idea unless, of course, the facts are revealed. Now, people, here's the thing. As it pertains to a family, some family, the father is the minister of work. The father is the minister of finance. That means that he plays both roles. However, in a lot of cases, that family is not properly managed, just like Jamaica. And the minister of finance is different from the minister of works. The minister of finance is that person that has a job, he has a career, he can provide for a family. The minister of works is probably the man that the mother met, have a vibes, him have that bedwork sensation. Every woman likes to be satisfied. So therefore, if the minister of finance, him don't have that wire or winery in him waist, she is going to look for what she cannot find outside. So people, it is not very scientific that broke men makes good lovers. However, they are bad providers for a family. Because sometimes too, the rich man, he makes good lover. However, it is because of the finances. People are always looking for that meal ticket. They are looking where the grass is greener on that side. Now, I don't know if this is scientific either or it is just a coincidence. It is said that whenever you get any sorts of jackets and you go to work and you support that jacket starts to look like you. People may not have no evidence. So people, if you could kindly let me know in the comment section if this is a fact. The next thing is that it seems as if Joe Grind is more fertile than the actual father. People, me no know. What do you think? What is your comment? What is your opinion on this? All I know that it is pretty bad when you have a country that jacket, BUN, paternity fraud is so prevalent. It is so bad that the country has to mandate, make it mandatory that any new pitney born in a Jamaica, the father has to be verified and validated. He has to be vetted. And here's how most persons know. When persons are getting filed for example, the father go overseas and him work, him have him green card, him have him citizenship, and then he is filing for his child. That is when he realize when that test comes back and he is not the father, like them say, pan Jerry Springer. And what that causes also, what is the ripple effect or domino effect? We say a whole bunch of women, them a get limb up, them a get CHOPPED up, them even a lose them life when the man realize the fact that this child that he has been providing for X amount of years is not his child. People, it is problematic. So therefore, save the men, jacket and BUN and paternity fraud. It is not right and it is getting worser. It is good that the court has made it mandatory, point blank and period. Now people, before I proceed to my next part of the video, I know that sometimes you are getting that mama and papa blogging. However, you cannot ride the wagon till the wheels fall off. Sometimes you need news with a buzz, and people, this is where it is at. The next thing that is popping in the news is an update about an incident that occurred at Victoria Jubilee Hospital, wherein a little picnic, 14-year-old, she was given a gift. She was celebrated by the employees of that facility and also a political affiliate. Juliet Cuthbert Flynn. Now people, when this occurred, a whole lot of persons were doing damage control, included Juliet Cuthberg. She said that she did not know the age of the child when that incident occurred. Members of the hospital also kind of told what was not 100% truth. They claimed that they were giving gifts to all of the mothers that had children on that day, December 25th, Christmas Day. However, based on information that I have got, and maybe the policy has changed since then, it is said that this award is from Kiwani's club. The award goes to the first mother that have a child on December 25th, Christmas Day. Not every mother, the first mother. Like me say, people, maybe the policy change and Kiwanis is giving gifts to all mothers that have picnic on the 25th of December. However, I doubt that it is. It is the first mother. Obviously, this 14 was the first mother. This 14 bring forth a twin, the first mother, on December 25th. Now, people, here is a problem. This political affiliate was claiming that she did not know the age of the child. However, based on the information, it is said that the parent of that child, she had to give authorization for that picnic, for have the picnic, for that picnic to accept the prize. So therefore, the hospital knew, therefore, the political affiliate, she knew. And the next thing, we want to speak about the age of consent in Jamaica. Obviously, the age of consent wearing picnic of sex needs to change. Right now, it is at 16-year-old. People, I think that 16 is still young as an age of consent. I don't understand why, for the life of me, a place like Jamaica, where there are so many PERVERTS, so many petty, why this is allowed. We know, you and I know of people out there, older men, all grey tone, long balls man that are out there having all sorts of relation with all sorts of picnic. Less than 16, less than 14, less than 12. People, if this picnic have picnic at 14, you know that she must have been pregnant from she younger than that, maybe a year before that. So therefore, we put it at 13. Don't you see something definitely wrong with this? Based on the information that I have gotten, it is conflicting. People claim, say, our youth 14 she breed for. People claim, say, our youth 16 she breed for. People even claim, say, are the uncle. And we understand that this is social media. Believe half of what you see, believe half of what you hear. People may not know the facts. However, the fact is this. No picnic that is a picnic should be having twins or two picnic. When them can't take care of themselves, they are not responsible for themselves. So therefore, until the policy in the hospital change as to who can qualify, nobody under the age of 16 should qualify for this gift, even if they are the first mother. Kiwanis, Victoria, Jubilee, all these other hospitals need to change their policy. Stop rewarding young people for doing the wrong thing. It is sending a very bad message that it is okay at that tender age that you can breed, that you can have picnic twins even. People, it makes no sorts of sense. It is immorally. It is unethical. We should not allow this to happen, and we should not facilitate. We should not reward people for doing wrong, whether I want picnic or whether I want adult. In this case, one little picnic, 14. Thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos straight to the point, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Point blank and period.